someone kind of at the middle of their career, and this is where I would consider myself and what I've been kind of working on lately, is thinking a bit more about developing a great positioning statement. So you think about like a positioning statement, it's uh, who you help, what goals you help them achieve, and then how do you help them do it, right? I told you that straight off the bat. B2B tech companies, more clients through inbound marketing. Are there better ways that you can position yourself in that with that kind of story? So could you target industries that are growing versus shrinking or things like that? Can you offer a different type of service that there's less competition? Thinking about that, and then developing more of that specialization is what's going to help you stand out when you're the number one person on cybersecurity, or you can write about finance, or you can write about healthcare. You go right to the top of the pile because hiring manager, they don't want to work with someone that doesn't know the lingo of their field.
Yeah.
And then, those would be the biggest things I would. It's just mostly saying very clearly, who do you target and how do you help them? And by playing around with some of that stuff, that's where you can kind of have a lot of big advances in your career.
Yeah, so to that point, if someone wants to have some advances and someone wants to stand out from the crowd per se, so what would be a good example, either from your own positioning statement or just a breakdown of a positioning statement that could help them stand out,
right,
compared to other folks who are trying to break in a similar direction?
Right. Well, in terms of different ways that you can position yourself in anything that you want to do, it's like going through those three blocks that I kind of talked about. So, who do you help? Uh, the more specific that you get with that kind of stuff, that's a great way to stand out from the pack. So if you say you help businesses, very broad, hiring managers gonna be like, well, I don't really know what this person's about. But if you say I help life sciences companies, well, instantly you're at the top of the pack because it's like, oh, you speak my language. Now you might cut out 99 or 98, 95% of other businesses out there, but to the few percent that you're really targeting, you're going to be the top prospect that they want to recruit for a job, and they're going to be paying a premium for that. You're going to stand out immediately. The other thing is just to think about what are the type of services that are really in demand or getting very, very skilled at that. So if you're kind of very broad with the type of things that you could do, like photography and podcasting and writing and a billion things, people aren't going to see you as an expert. But when you really zero in on one particular type of skill set that you help them with, that's another way that you can kind of stand out from the pack. And so if you're really specialized in, like, I help this particular customer with this particular problem, you're going to really quickly rise to the ranks of world-class people at that little field, because you're going to be the number one person that they call on when they're looking.